What's up, guys? We are back with another Marvel Legends review, taking a look at another Wendigo wave figure, and one that might be a sleeper in the wave, maybe a future peg warmer, because she's not an A-list character, but I have been wanting to complete a classic X-Force for a very long time, so this is a must-have figure for me no matter what. So we're taking a look at Boom Boom today. This is one of two classic X-Force characters in this wave, so I'm very, very happy about that. We've, of course, got her here in our standard Legends packaging. You can see her there in the window. We've got our classic X-Force logo down there on the bottom. We've got some artwork of her on the side, more of the same on the back, with a write-up, our Build-A-Figure, and the lineup for the wave. So let's do it. Let's pull her out and take a look. And here she is out of the package, our Boom Boom figure. Honestly, this is one that I think is a lot more interesting than maybe your casual Legends collector might expect, because there's really nothing to be upset about when it comes to this figure, for the most part anyway. And if you're a big X-Force fan like me, then, well, this is one that you kind of have, because she is crucial to that original team up, and yeah, I'm happy that we finally got her. You know, I was kind of disappointed with Cannonball, but I'm really, really happy with the way Boom Boom turned out. She's pretty basic in terms of, you know, the overall Legends type of figure, but she works pretty well, and I mean, it kind of looks like her. So let's jump in, see how she moves around. Obviously, it's a female Legends figure. You likely already know what's going to happen here. So we've got a head that can look up pretty far. She can look down almost unnaturally far. You can rotate side to side. You do have a little bobble action as well, maybe more than you would expect to see from a Legends. Give her a little bit of attitude. You can kick her arms out all the way, rotate at the shoulder. You've got a rotating single jointed elbow, about 90 degrees, sort of, maybe a little less. And then you've got hinges and rotation at the wrist. She has the upper diaphragm twist, and this one, at least on my figure, is really, really tight. It's not in a way that it makes her hard to move. It's just, it's not as loose as I would normally expect. So she can bobble side to side and then, you know, go around. Legs go out, but only that far. They kick forward more than 90 degrees. You got backwards, and then, of course, you got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then we've got a rocker and we've got hinges down at those ankles. Of course, being a standard female figure, she does not have any kind of shin swivel or boot cut. But again, it's a female Legends figure. You kind of know what to expect before you even get her out of the box. Now, you likely know what I'm going to say next, and that's ultimately, when it comes to this figure, I'm all about the look for this one, and I think for the most part that they've gotten her down pretty well. This is, again, it's a pretty basic figure. There's not a great deal to really work with on this one. Boom Boom's costume in this regard is just a bodysuit, and she has a little bit of adornments here and there. And being a New Mutants X-Force style of character, of course, we do have some pouches to discuss, but this figure is really, really basic. She is overwhelmingly molded plastic without many exceptions, except for, say, down here at the ankles, you've got a little bit of brown paint, which is mostly covered by the cuffs to kind of give it a more seamless look. But she has that kind of 80s vibe with the, well, in the early 90s vibe with the pink bodysuit. So she is, as far as colors go, molded plastic on the chest and on the torso, arms, legs, shins, pretty much the whole shebang. Feet are molded plastic, hands are molded plastic, and then she does have a few little things. So you've got these molded plastic cuffs to help give her like kind of the full glove look, and then again you've got the little boot covers down. You've got her kind of knee pad or thigh pad here. Again, a very X-Force style of thing. And then you've got the belt that kind of hangs lopsided with the X logo down here. So it does have a little bit of paint, but for the most part, she is pretty basic, but I think it works really well. I'm just really enjoying the way she looks. And this, again, comes from someone who is a die-hard X-Force fan, classic X-Force, New Mutants fan. This is some of the stuff that I have the most fond memories of when it comes to comics as a kid. So when they get the look right, I'm just going to roll with it and I'm going to enjoy it. And I think they got it right here. And of course, you do have, as far as out of the box goes, you've got one powered up hand here, which kind of gives her one of her time bomb type of weapons here that she can throw off. So one of her actual explosive blasts that she can throw out. So you've got a translucent hand, which extends to an energy effect here, and you can give her kind of a throwing in motion type of pose for this figure. So she looks really good from the outset. She's got her vest on, she's got her belt, she's got her thigh pad. But really what sells the look in this era of Boom Boom is undoubtedly the head sculpt. And obviously they're taking some cues from the Jubilee figure here, as far as our standard out-of-the-box head sculpt with the bubblegum, and I think it works really well here for Boom Boom. It looks good, and it just works. You know, it gives that kind of late 80s vibe, especially with those massive oversized sunglasses with the really bright, vibrant green. She's got the earrings in there. Most of her head sculpt is obscured, but I mean, it's obvious who this is. And then you've got a really, really nice kind of short hair, but kind of big hair design for Boom Boom with the kind of blown back hair, a little bit of dirty blonde, and some more kind of wash in there to almost bring out that sculpt. So again, it's one of those things where it's pretty much what you see is what you get. You've got a female head sculpt here with some bubble gum and some sunglasses obscuring 90% of the face, but it's undoubtedly Boom Boom behind all of that, and you know exactly what you're getting into here. So again, it's a simple thing, but I think Hasbro absolutely nailed it. And as far as accessories goes, Boom Boom has a pretty solid spread. It's nothing too crazy, but it's kind of exactly what she needs to give her a couple different ways to be displayed. So to start off with, you do have an extra hand for her left hand. If you want to be depowering her, you've got a standard splayed finger hand for her left hand, so you can swap that out. You've got an energy effect here, which might be kind of my one gripe with this thing, is that it's essentially the exact same piece as what's connected to this hand. And it's odd. I'm not really sure exactly what they intend you to do with it. I'm kind of thinking, well, let's sit it in her depowered right hand, but it seems kind of odd. It doesn't look like it's really meant to be sat in her fingers. So, you know, your mileage may vary on how you actually want to use it, but it does sit there well. It just looks kind of goofy to me at times. Otherwise, though, I mean, it's a nice thing to have two of these effects, even though one of them is connected and one of them isn't connected to the actual figure itself. And then, of course, the last thing you have is a separate head sculpt. So, you know, she does come pretty well rounded. So you've got, obviously, the opposite thing going on here. You've got your gum versus no gum head sculpt here. And I think it looks really good. It's basically the exact same thing, just with a little bit more of that mouth exposed, and you can see the entirety of the lower jaw and see her lips, and everything's really nicely done here. So you've got a lot of options with this figure. I'm not so jazzed really about the extra energy effect because I just don't really know what to do with it most of the time, but I love having all the extra stuff. I love having all the options, so I can't fault them for including too much on this one. So overall, I mean, for a figure that, again, for, you know, the sake of repeating myself again, that is pretty basic, she's really nice. I don't really have anything that's of any substance to complain about. That energy effect that I really don't know what to do with most of the time is a non-complaint, really. Otherwise, though, she looks the part, and this is exactly what I think of when I think of Boom Boom. There is no other look that I would think of before this bright pink jumpsuit. So I'm really happy with the way this figure turned out, and I'm glad to have her. So it's one step closer to having a very complete and classic X-Force roster, which is very much at the top of my wants list right now. So that's going to do it for this look at the Marvel Legends Boom Boom figure. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.